War. Alright, let's check this one out. This seems fine. Bygone Defender. 1 mana, 1/2. After you cast a spell, gain +1 strength. Well, it's a good thing. Okay, that's reasonable. Dreadwing. Delve a carving from your deck and draw it. Dread Touch. Reduce the carving's mana cost by 2. Eesh, that can be scary. Has Aether Tribe, 3 mana, 3/3. Pretty solid. You know, it's not infinite value, and you are killing something to get, like, that seems fine. 1 mana, 2/1 Aether as well. That's 3 in a row. After you cast a spell, gain protected. Interesting. 9 mana, Aurora of Oblivion. Reduce the strength and health of all enemy creatures on board, in hand, in deck, and in void by 4. Obliterate any creatures that have 0 health. For 9 mana, that is not a lot of value. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of effort. War doesn't have ramp. Okay. Bloody Carving. What's this? 1 mana, give a friendly creature Twin Strike. Pull a carving with a mana cost of 0 from your void to your hand. Hold up. Okay, 1 mana, Path of War. Delve a war creature with Blitz. Interesting. Not a carving, but a spell. Release Evil. Okay, deal damage to an enemy creature equal to the number of carvings in your void. Okay, so kind of like, you're that guy that wins all the giveaways. Who? Otis? What's up, Otis? God Hand. War got it rough. I think War's gonna be pretty decent. So Planar Oathsworn, 6 mana, 1/8 leech. After you cast a spell, gain +3 strength. So we have a lot of low-cost spells. It is a creature with leech that gains 3 strength for every spell you play. What is this? Deal 1 damage to a friendly creature, give it +1 strength. So this 0 cost carving will buff the creature and can be brought back with this 1 mana carving from your void. Give a friendly creature Twin Strike. Pull a carving with mana cost of 0 from your void to your hand. So it seems like Braille Carving, say, I don't know, you played on your Planar Oathsworn, or even on your Bloodbound Cavalry, right? Because this is going to ping people. Or, where's this hottie with a nice personality? We could play it on this. After you cast a spell, gain protected and attack a random enemy character. So, you play your 0 cost spell on this. It becomes a 4/5, gets protected, smashes somebody. And you know what? You're like, heck it, I want to do it again. Then you get Twin Strike, and you pull your 0 cost carving back again. So again, this, smash. But then it has Twin Strike, so then I can actually attack with it twice. And then I play the 0 cost carving again. And I do 1 damage to it, and then it gets protected. And then smash. Right. Well, let's keep them going. Check them all out. Some mash, right? And even on this. Okay, so I think this is going to be really good in sealed. I don't know how it will do on ladder. It has a great stat line. It has Aether Tribe, and it has Leech. So 4 mana, 3/5 Leech. After you cast a spell, deal 1 damage to the strongest enemy character. Oh my gosh, this can shoot your opponent in the face. So if there are no creatures on the board, and you start doing the carving stuff, even if it's not on this, it's going to ping the strongest enemy creature for every spell you play. If you cannot kill this, and they have a carving loop combo in hand, this is going to be every time they play a spell that can be brought back by another spell, it's going to heal them 1, and it's going to hurt you 1. And then again, hopefully they don't do this 3 more, and oh god, like I lose, looks like blades are not leaving the meta. Well, like, this comboed with this, it just plays around blade. But yeah, hopefully they do not. 1 mana, rally the band. For each creature of a different tribe you control, delve a creature in your deck of the same tribe and draw it. So it seems to be a lot of Aethers in the set, but there are also Olympians, there are also Vikings. For each creature of a different tribe you control, delve a creature in your deck of the same tribe and draw it. For each creature of a different tribe you control, say we have Aether, Vikings, and Olympians, delve a creature in your deck of the same tribe and draw it. So you can do it for each one. 1 mana, delve 3. I mean, even 1 mana, delve 2. But I mean, like Imp is Nether, Tavern Brawler, or Volka's Captain. What's like the most common? That's a Viking, and then one of these Aethers, and like that is a lot of value and tempo. And while you do it, whoop-bam, going face. Just as you play the face, whoop-bam. All right. So, I don't know. Sojourner? I'm at 8/8. Frontline, while this is in your hand after you play a spell, reduce this card's mana cost by 1. So I don't know if this belongs in like your aggro carving deck, but depending on how everything goes once it's all in the wild, right? Once someone has 500 games optimizing a specific list and getting it right, like what Zico Perico did with Mayday and what happened with the Lanteans, right? Like we'll see what's really good, and if this maybe, but 9 mana reduced by 1, and it's only while it's in your hand. It has frontline though, so I don't know. 4 mana, Chieftain's Fury. Give all friendly creatures +2/+1. If you have 2 or less cards in hand, give them overkill also. And this is permanent. But I guess the thought, Spell Warrior. I guess the thought is this better than the Genesis thing that's already played? Incoming Raid. Well, Incoming Raid is a bit more versatile, right? You can use it, like if you're behind, you can use it to remove things. You can use it to buff one thing if you only have one thing on the board. Where this requires you to have like more is better for you. So I don't know. Interesting. Okay. Wisdom Carving, 2 mana. Give a friendly creature after you attack. Draw a card. Pull a carving with mana cost 1 or less from your void to your hand. So, you give a friendly creature after you attack or draw a card, right? So, like, let's say we just, like, I don't know, put this on this thing that's going to attack. So then it attacks and you draw a card. And then you pull a carving with mana cost 1 or less from your void to your hand. And so then you just create this loop, right? And then it attacks again. Kabam, right? But then you draw and you get a carving again. And then you just keep doing it. And so like for instance, if the only carving you have in your void is the 0 cost one, the one that's free, you just keep getting it back and killing them. Right, and once there are no creatures, this will get protected. You play the 0 cost carving on it, it gets 1 attack, deals 1 damage to it, which doesn't actually do damage, it'll just pop the protected, and then it'll attack face again, and then get protected again. And then you just keep repeating until you murder them. It is another Francesca and Mayday-esque aggro combo deck, in my opinion. Which is fun because they beat not only control, like a combo deck should, but they also beat aggro, right? So it'll be interesting, and they beat other combo. It's interesting. I don't know. Like you're either gonna get zooed down or you're gonna get comboed, whichever. Yeah, we'll see. It doesn't matter. I don't have opinions. I don't care. 3 mana, 3/4 Selkie Spirit. After a spell enters your hand from anywhere other than your deck, reduce its mana cost by 1. Okay, so we'll go back to the loop of pulling cards from your void of 1 or less. This and this and this are the infinite loop, right? you are pulling 1 mana carvings or less, and anytime you play it, this attacks, and then you draw a card, and then it reduces the cost when it comes back from your void. But it is a combo, so you have to set it up. You don't just get it right at the beginning. Guardian of the Pines, 2. Okay, and it's a 3/4 solid body with a stat line. 3 mana, 3/4. 2 mana, 1/4. After this creature takes damage, draw a carving from your deck. Interesting. So we have a card that draws you carvings, a card that it's fine. Name of Fly, what is up? I see it's finally loading. Nice, nice. You only draw a card when the creature attacks. You only get a carving back when you play Wisdom of Carving or not. So what I'm saying, after you cast a spell, gain protected and attack a random enemy character. So that can go face. We play this, say on turn 7, right? With a pip. We play Wisdom of Carvings on that creature. Give a friendly creature, after you attack, draw a card, pull a carving with mana cost 1 or less from your void to your hand. And so this will then go face. You will not only draw a card, but then you will get a 1 mana or less carving from your deck to your hand. And there are 0 cost carvings, but let's say we're kind of ahead and we're in a good spot, and we have Selkie's Spirit on the board. After a spell enters your hand from anywhere other than your deck, reduce its mana cost by 1. So we have this on the board, we have this on the board, and we have played this on top of it. This goes face. From our void, we get a 1 mana carving, right? Say we don't have a 0 mana carving. Its cost is reduced to 0. So even though we have no mana left, we play it again on Ulrika. Attacks a random enemy character. They have no creatures on the board. It goes face. You then draw a card. You get a carving from your void. Sleeky, whatever, reduces the cost of the carving, and then you loop and kill them. It's a combo. You kill them. Do you see? So you're saying opponent just needs to pass 3 turns? Yeah, the art's great. That gives you a thing. Lupine Imposter. After you cast a spell, gain +2 strength. Also, 3 mana, 1/5. There are a lot of low-cost loop, spelly loops. This could also snowball quite a bit. So interesting. Interesting. Fury Carving. 2 mana. Okay, so a bit more expensive. Give a friendly creature +1 strength. That creature attacks the weakest enemy creature. Pull a carving with mana cost 1 or less from your void to your hand. All right, that's another loop card. Interesting. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Volknir Carving. So again, this one's expensive. This is 3 mana, so you can't just like use this whenever. Give a friendly creature after this attacks, deal its damage as. Okay, let me. After a friendly creature attacks, give a friendly creature. I'm trying to. After this attacks, there we go. Yes. Deal its strength as damage to a random enemy creature. Pull a carving with the mana cost 2 or less from your void to your hand. And so, toilet break, please. You have to go pee? Yeah, go pee. You want to pee at the same time? Why? What do we have left? But like, that's why like it was like, well, this isn't good, and it's like this has the potential to be like a right. It's an aggro deck where you will be able to contest the board and kill your opponent the regular way, or you have like a secondary win condition where you have these OP low cost loop spells that combo really well with this. The creature only gets the effect in quotation marks or not. That's how you understand it. Right. Yes, that is correct. Gotta plan ahead of time. Right. And so, but what I'm saying is that anytime you cast a spell, this creature will attack. it'll get protected and then attack. And so, like, after you attack, draw a card. Okay? And you pull. So when this spell is played, okay, you get the carving. Yes, because this is in quotations. This is not. No quotations. After this creature attacks, you illustrate this damage, pull a carving. The point is, you're playing this, you're drawing a card, the creature attacks, and you pull a carving from your void. Anyway, that makes sense. Wisdom carving gives a creature only draw a card. Yes. Draw a card. But you also pull a carving with mana cost 1 or less from your void. Give a friendly creature, this is permanent, after this creature attacks, deal its strength as damage to a random enemy creature. You pull a carving, 2 mana cost or less from your void. Give a friendly creature +1 strength. If that creature attacks the weakest enemy creature, pull a carving with a mana cost of 1 or less from your void to your hand. They are all carvings that give your creature a thing. This creature will then attack because said carving is played, and then you will pool the mana cost 1 or less, mana cost 2 or less. 0 cost, right? Deal 1 damage, +1 strength, sure. Give a friendly creature Twin Strike, pull a carving, mana cost 0 from your void to your hand. And so the point is, they all loop together. And it maybe getting Selkie down is like, well, that's unlikely that you're going to have both and you're already going to be winning, but this reduces the cost of the thing you pool by 1. It is a rare, so you can have 2 of these on the board. And they are 3 mana, 3/4s. That is fairly sticky. Right, that's like a solid stat line that will then reduce them, and you create this infinite loop where you play carving, you attack, you draw a card, you pull carving from hand, you reduce its cost, and you play it again. This is a 2 mana carving. This will be pulled back by this. This will also be pulled back by this. This will pull back 1 mana carvings, right? It's like a loop. It's going to be so fun on mobile. Need your reading glasses? Right. All of these give bonus work with Martyr, right? I don't know. Maybe. That's war.